I am going to tell you about secret cheat codes for Aliens vs. Predator 2 that most people do not know about. You'll probably be familiar with these cheat codes already, but they can do a lot more than what most gaming sites and publications say that they can do. First up, we have the God Mode cheat, MP can't hurt me. Nothing shocking there, but did you know that you can type a number like MP can't hurt me 25 and you will take damage normally until your health reaches 25, and only then will God Mode activate and protect you from taking any more damage. Now, why would this be useful? Maybe as some kind of training wheels for players that don't want to die, but still feel like there's something to lose? Here's the real purpose of this cheat: developer sanity. Instead of dying every 10 seconds, the devs can lower their health, get through a punishing section, test player death triggers, or see how dangerous a trap or environmental hazard is without actually dying. It lets them replay tough encounters on loop to judge difficulty, tweak enemy reactions, and fill the tension curve without constantly needing to reload the entire level. Because, shockingly enough, even the game devs have a limit to how many times they want to sit through a loading screen. MP Beam Me. Most gaming sites say this cheat simply teleports you back to the start of the level or map, which it does. What most people don't realize, however, is that it can also teleport you to any specific XYZ coordinate in the map if you type those coordinates in after the cheat, with spaces between the numbers. You can use the MP GPS cheat to capture any coordinates that you want to keep track of. This makes Beam Me especially useful for modders and mappers who need to test something specific in their map or mod. For example, mappers can use it to pinpoint the exact location of a level leak. Note that the coordinates are measured in game units, not in feet or meters. Use this cheat carefully. If you enter the wrong coordinates, you may teleport into the void, from which nobody has ever returned from alive. mpmorph, one of everyone's favorites and one that I get questions about all the time. Yes, this cheat allows you to change to any character listed in the character bute's text file. There's a lot more to this cheat than what most gaming sites will tell you, though. The published character list is usually incomplete or contains invalid character names. The true list of characters this cheat accepts is every character defined in the character bute's.txt file, which is inside the res file named avp2l. This works even for Primal Hunt and any mods that add new characters to the game. If the character is listed in character butes, you can use this cheat to turn into it. Here is the full exhaustive character list from vanilla AVP2. mpmorph also has more functions to it. You can sweep up and down the whole character list by typing next or prev. This will transform you into the next character in the Butte file or the previous one. You can do this and cycle completely through the whole complete cast of characters. Once you reach the end of the list, it's just going to wrap around and start at the beginning of the cast list again. There is yet even more to mpmorph. If you type mpmorph reload, this will force the game to reload the character bute's file that I was just talking about. You can do this to completely reload the character cast list in the game. Why would you want to do this? This is most useful to modders, skinners, and players that are testing skins. You can check your character bute changes in-game after running the reload. This way you can test changes without having to exit and restart AVP2 every time a change or new character is added. Skinners or skin testers can use this to swap out different skins on a particular character. You could also simply define new characters in the bute file that are using different skins and compare them. If you want to do this, it's best to have your character bute file in a custom folder loaded with the res your mod name folder on game launch. That way you can edit the text file or swap it with another character bute file and then reload while AVP2 is still running. Beware, if you reload the character bute file in a map with NPCs, you'll likely foobar them. That means the NPCs will become temporarily corrupted in the map that you're playing. If you save your game, your save file will have the corrupted characters in them. MP reload butes. Most gaming publications do not fully explain what this cheat does and list it as a valid cheat code with unknown effect. Yes, it does in fact reload some of AVP2's bute files, but not all of them. You must tell it which of only 3 possible attribute files you want it to reload. If you just type the cheat in without specifying that, nothing's going to happen. All this works the same way and fashion that I described with the mpmorph reload cheat. This cheat can only handle reloading 3 of the 22 bute files. They are characterbutes.txt that we just talked about with mpmorph, the model bute file, modelbutes.txt, and the fx bute file, fx.txt. You have to tell it which one you want to reload exactly, presumably after editing it. For character butes, just enter mp reload butes character. For model butes, enter mp reload butes model. For fx, mp reload butes fx. Just as I said with the mpmorph reload sheet, if you're going to mess around with these bute files, load your copies of them into a custom folder that is loaded with the game launched with the res folder name method. None of the other 19 bute files are supported in either vanilla AVP2 or Primal Hunt. Right here I'm going to reload the model's bute file to give humans the ability to turn their heads completely around, like in The Exorcist.
Looking good, Frosty.
MP FOV. This changes the field of view with the WASD keys. But you can also just type the exact field of view that you want and not bother with the fine tuning. You can do this by typing MP FOV and then the FOV X value and the FOV Y value. So you could do 90 and 75. Where 90 is the X value and 75 is the Y value. This will set a specific field of view. Be careful with what you set it to, or you're going to turn your game into a fisheye. MP WMPOS and MP Breach. WMPOS adjusts the weapon's muzzle position, and MP Breach adjusts the breach offset. This is useful for probably game modders and completely useless to everyone else, but here we go anyways. Both of these cheats accept a number to indicate which weapon barrel you want to edit. These weapon barrels are defined in the weapons.txt bute file. Most weapons only have one barrel though, but others have more than one barrel, like the infamous pulse rifle, which has a rifle barrel and a grenade round barrel. It's a 0 base count, but you'll know this if you're a modder that has been tinkering with the weapons bute file. In that file, the barrels are named starting from 0, so you have barrel 0, barrel 1, and so on. Once activated, both cheats will allow you to make these adjustments with the WASD keys. Again, these cheats are probably useful to modders that are editing or adding new weapons into the game with their mod. I have no idea who else would be adjusting muzzle offsets on a Saturday night, but this is a judgment-free zone. Some cheats are disabled in the game, or worse, AVP2's release build of the LiftTech Talon engine doesn't support them. mpmph, this would have normally displayed the frame rate. MP triggers, this would have shown the dimensions of trigger boxes in a map or level, but it is disabled. MP death to all, this should kill all AI NPCs in the map, but it is disabled in official builds. Why? Because apparently the game devs did not trust anyone with this level of power. As I mentioned in one of my earlier videos, Primal Hunt also introduced a few cheats that stayed out of the public eye until fairly recently. In Primal Hunt specifically, you can skip the current map using the next level cheat, or you can activate the elusive Nelno code. As far as anyone can tell, it doesn't really do much besides switch the game into hardcore mode and display an Easter egg message from one of Third Law's lead developers. So there you have it. Now you know about these obscure AVP2 cheats, where most of them are probably useful to modders, level designers, and the last two remaining people on planet Earth who actually like debugging LiftTech maps.